Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to learn Act 1, Scene 2. First, we will see the summary of this scene. In the first scene, we came to know about some important characters of this play: Antonio, Bassanio, Lorenzo, Graciano, Salarino, and Salanio. But in the second scene, we will see Portia and her servant Neresa and some suitors who came to win the hand of Portia. In Act 1, Scene 2, the scene shifts from Venice to Belmont, where Portia lives. Portia expresses her apprehension about her future to her maid Neresa, as she is bound to marry a man who chooses the right casket out of the three in which her picture is placed, a lottery of caskets designed by her late father. She does not like any of the suitors who have come to try their luck. She ridicules all of them. When Neresa reminds her of Bassanio, she becomes cheerful and hints at her secret liking of him. Thus, the scene initiates the casket story, an important part of the play. So, let's see the summary of this scene. At her estate in Belmont, near Venice, Portia complains to her servant Neresa that she is aweary of this great world. Neresa observes that to be rich and have everything, as Portia does, is just as depressing as having nothing. It would be better if she could choose to live a more moderate or ordinary life. Like Antonio in the first scene, Portia complains to her trusted friend about being sad. Neresa, like Salarino in the first scene, first offers a lot of explanation for her sadness. Portia is depressed by having too much money and possessions. Portia replies that, in fact, she is frustrated by her total lack of control over her romantic situation. Portia and Neresa discuss this situation. Portia's dead father specified in his will that she couldn't choose her own husband. Instead, when he died, Portia's father left behind a riddle. Anyone who wants to marry Portia must choose one of three caskets, each marked with a clue. One is made of gold, one is of silver, and one is lead. Only the man who chooses the correct casket can take Portia as his bride. Portia has more concrete grounds for being depressed. Her father's will has entrapped her in a legal contract that leaves her with no control over her love life. Neresa asks what Portia thinks of the foreign princes who have come to woo her so far. Neresa lists their name, and Portia mocks them one by one. The Napoleon. He reminds her of a horse. The prince from Palatine. He is humorless. The Frenchman, he is boring. The British baron, too ignorant even to speak to Portia, knowing neither Latin, Italian, nor French, and badly dressed, to boot. The Scottish lord, he did not even have enough money to come on his own. He had to borrow from the Englishman. The German duke's nephew, a drunk who is little better than a beast. This was the old list that Neresa said about suitors who came Belmont to win the hand of Portia. Here, Neresa observes that in any case, Portia is safe because none of these suitors has agreed to try his hand at the riddle. Portia resolves in turns that despite her frustration, she will obey her father's will. Portia's speeches shows that she is witty and self-possessed, but also cruel and prejudiced, as well as materialistic on occasion. For instance, when she rejects the Scottish lord for not having enough money, we can understand this clearly. Dismissing her German suitor as a beast, she also makes the first of a number of animal insults that occurs throughout the play, usually applied to Shylock and used by the Venetians to question the humanity of Jew. Yet, despite her frustration, Portia will remain within the legal framework willed to her. At last, Nereza asks Portia whether she remembers a Venetian who once came. Bassanio. Portia does fondly. Just then, a servant enters. He informs Portia that the suitors who have been at Belmont are departing and that the Prince of Morocco is coming that night. Portia remarks that she is happy to see the others go, but that she would rather be murdered than marry a man with the complexion of a devil. For the first time in the play, Nereza and Portia shows some hopefulness about a positive suitor. But confronted with the prospect of Morocco, Portia again demonstrates her bleak outlook about her marriage. She also gives a hint of ethnic prejudices. Dear students, this is the summary of Act 1 Scene 2. Now, please take note of all themes of this particular play. There are 6 main themes for this play. They are prejudice and intolerance. Second one, human and animal. Third one, law, mercy and revenge. Fourth one, greed versus generosity. Fifth one, reading and interpretation. The last and main theme of this one is love and friendship. In this second scene, we can clearly see about prejudices and intolerances. Your homework is to find out answers for all extracts which is given in workbook. Thank you. Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to learn Act 1 Scene 2. First we will see the summary of this scene. In the first scene,